Hello everyone, it's Jeannie and I hope you are all well. Today's video is a very simple blah blah blah. No idea what to even talk about. I have a few thoughts, but I'm ironing and I've been ironing for a little bit. I did our napkins from Easter. Look how pretty these are. And what we did for Easter, I'll tell you a little bit about that. But these are all washed and ironed and ready for the next pink themed dinner or lunch. And then I've been doing pants. Zane bought some golf pants that are supposed to be like wash and wear, but I take them out and it's like they look wrinkled, and maybe the wrinkles will fall out as he plays, but I had to touch them up, so I've done those. I'll show you. A pair of gray, a pair of bright blue, and a pair of his just khaki pants. So those are done. So what's left are a couple pair of pants. And I thought I would touch up this silk blouse of mine. Isn't this pretty? I love this blouse. Look at the sleeves. They're so pretty. With silk, you have to be very careful. And sometimes I send this out, but I think I can do it. So, because I love that blouse and I love wearing it sometimes when we go out to something a little nicer. So, anyway, yeah, Zane is doing very well. Oh, here's another pair of his golf pants. And they're this fabric. But I don't know. They're all wrinkled, and I don't want to see my man wrinkled. I'm going to turn this to medium, and maybe just medium steam. Anyway, he's doing quite well. He's not back to golf yet. He doesn't quite have the energy, but he has started walking every day. In the morning, he goes off and he walks about half an hour right now. And that's about 2,500 steps for him. And that's enough. That's enough for right now. You want to build your energy back, at an easy pace. There's no reason to rush it and try too hard, right? So, he's got stains on these pants. Why am I even doing this? Because I'm so nice. We've gotten some really nice cards and letters and gifts. Thank you guys so much. Are you gonna try to steal the show? Anyway, one of our friends, followers, Gina, and her husband Sam in New Jersey sent a really cute candle and a cookbook. And the cookbook is actually, it's not all recipes. Some of it is just information, what you're looking for when you go shopping at the grocery store, making better choices. And I'm all about that. So, that was really nice. And one of our friends sent us a big box of beautiful cookies. That was really sweet. Literally and figuratively. But we had to share those with friends because I'm not letting him eat a bunch of cookies. I'm cutting back on sugar and processed and ultra-processed foods, because those contribute to inflammation. Okay, and so when you have inflammation, that's when cholesterol, and cholesterol isn't 100% enemy, but that's when the bad cholesterol can stick to parts of arteries and create plaque and narrowing and all that. So we're keeping inflammation down by avoiding things that promote inflammation, sugars, processed foods, and processed hydrogenized fats. Okay, so anyway, he's doing much better. And I am too, you know. When you care for somebody and they're sick, it's hard on you too, the caregiver, you know, and you're worried. I was worried. We haven't thought about our mortality. I mean, you kind of do. Okay, I'm turning this. Now leave this team. You kind of do. I mean, we've had to kind of be faced with it, you know, in our lives. But you don't think about your own mortality very much. And I don't think about, say, not being in my life, you know? So, it's not a fun thought. So anyway, I've just been, you know, I've been on a health journey these past, you know, kind of since December. And I'm a typically healthy person. Good grief, he's got a burn hole or something, or glue. He's got glue on here. So glad I'm ironing these pants. We're doing a lot of different things that are just healthier choices. The smoothies, you know, the creatine. Oh my goodness. Just little things here and there. And I'll tell you another thing I'm doing, and I'll tell you about it more at another time, is NAD+, which as you get older, it declines in you, and it's nicotinamide, adenine, di something or other. I can't remember it without looking at it. Whoops. And I'll tell you more about that. I love these padded hangers for things like my silk blouse, you know, and sweaters, because I don't like those hard bars, you know, that line when they sit in a closet for too long. Okay, here it is. Okay. There we go. He's all set to play golf. I'll stick this over here. And these are my pants, I believe. Yeah, these are mine. Just a pair of kind of like capris, khaki capris. I wear a lot of capris in the summer because you can go more places rather than shorts. I wear shorts around the house, but I wear capris when we go out anywhere. Hi, more of my legs. I have a friend named Lisa, and she made this for me. I have to show this to you. I can't remember why. Why did she make this? I can't remember. But this, if you're crafty, is an excellent idea. So it's on a little stand. And look at what it is. It's like a little board thing that she found, I think, at Hobby Lobby. And she glued on some Scrabble type tiles. It says Jeannie B ASMR. Some decorations. And my picture. That is just so cute. So if you want an easy craft idea, that's a good one. I've got my tea, Earl Grey. Would you stop? And I've got water. I'm trying to stay hydrated. Yesterday, I let myself get dehydrated. I just didn't drink water, and I feel it. Okay. So anyway, she made me that. And then I got this in the mail from Amber Machado. Look at that. From Lexington, South Carolina. And listen to this note. It's so cute. Jeannie, I found this and thought it might make for an interesting, albeit sad, Friday flip, especially with Zane's pilot career. The comics are fun, and I wasn't sure what to do with them, so I thought I'd send them to my favorite ASMR creator. I have horrible insomnia, and your soothing voice keeps me company every night, sometimes all night. Thank you for all that you do. Sending you, Zane, Sputnik, Apollo, Leo, and Margot, your mom and your family, love and light, and congrats on your new grandbabies. We have 2 boys coming. One the end of next month, May, and one in the middle of August. 2 new babies. I'm pregnant and in my with my second baby right now. Oh, that is so awesome. Love, Amber Machado in South Carolina. Congratulations to you, Amber. That's so awesome, and thank you. So she sent me 2 comic books from, looks like 79. So cute. Uncle Scrooge and Walt Disney's, looks like Donald Duck, and so that's really cute. And then I'm going to have to pass on doing a Friday flip with this magazine. It, as wonderful as this is, it's a People magazine from September 24th of 2001. And it's all about September 11th. Everything. My husband will enjoy, I shouldn't say enjoy, it will be very interesting for him to go through this, of course. Yeah, given his flight career, but it's too heavy and sad and hard to do as a Friday flip. My channel, I try to keep positive and kind of an escape from the news of the world. You know, that's too easy to get bombarded with all that. And quite frankly, it's, if you focus on that, it's terrifying. And so what I'm creating with my channel, And what most ASMR artists are creating with their channel is an escape. And it's to be relaxing, soothing, and, you know, I told you about Zane and things like that, but, you know, but that's not negative. That's just kind of an update of my life. And for those who don't know, he had 3 major coronary artery blockages, and had those dealt with on 2 separate occasions. The 2 95% blockages in the Widowmaker area had to be done in the hospital. And but he's recovering very well. So, but anyway, and you know, and I know it isn't ASMR-ish to be nagged, but I'll tell you, early detection saved his life. If we weren't, you know, if we weren't doing the things we were doing with getting our checkups, this would have gone undetected. And it was a time bomb waiting to happen. It was a heart attack just waiting for the right set of circumstances. That could have been overexertion. It could have been some of the plaque that was clogging it, breaking loose and, you know, creating a clot that gives him a heart attack. And so, early detection, whatever that is, as you get older, you need it more. You need all the pipes and everything checked. Your teeth, your labs, your sugars, your vitamin levels. You know, there's no downside to knowing how to take care of yourself, what it is you need. So, yeah, and I've heard so many wonderful stories from some of you who were lucky enough to catch it. Either you or your husband or your father, or sadly didn't catch it. And it's not just us old folks. So I just read a couple days ago where somebody said they lost their husband at 50 years old because of the Widowmaker clots, you know, clogs. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope the steam doesn't bother you. Maybe it makes a good sound. I don't know. We'll see. For Easter, the reason I'm ironing those napkins is we went over to some friends of ours after church and all the church things. We had an Easter vigil the night before. And so we went over our friends, and Joni and her husband, Mike, and their family, they live right behind us across the golf course. And you've met Joni. She was the Countess's, what was it, acupressure, the hand acupressure. I don't have another hanger. That's okay, I'm going to put these just right here. When the Countess did the acupressure, I'll put that up here for you if you haven't seen it. Just a silly video. She was the hand model. And she's a retired nurse, cardiac, so she's been a wealth of information for me too. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this way down, and I'm going to turn off the steam. I love this iron. Look at this. I love that it's cordless. It's got the base here that is plugged in. I'll put a link to that because a lot of you liked this iron and wanted to know about it. It's a Panasonic. I can't read what it says. Okay, so let's dissipate some of this heat because I just want to touch this up. This is a very nice blouse. It's BCBG Max Azria. So I want to take care of it. Anyway, we went over there for Easter. I brought some lemon posettes. And what else did I bring? Bread rolls, dinner rolls. I made bread dinner rolls. They're so good. And now, typically for Easter, you typically have a ham or a turkey or a roast or a lamb. I've seen all these things. They had something I've never had for Easter before. Etouffee. Etouffee. Her husband Mike made a big thing of etouffee and salad and what else? There are some other things too, and it was so good, so good. But etouffee. They lived a long time in the Baton Rouge, Louisiana area. And so they have these little cook-offs, jambalaya, they had made the etouffee, and just the other day he made, not jambalaya, it'll come to me. It's kind of like the trifecta of New Orleans stuff. Gumbo. And they're all so good. And he has this thing, he cooks all these things outside on the patio. It looks like a cauldron, but there's a name for it. But I call it a cauldron because that's what it looks like. Yeah, this is just a blah, blah, blah. I have no notes, no bullet points to even talk to you about. Just some things in my head. So, tell me, where are you watching from? And is springing? I know my Australia friends down under are going into fall, or in fall, because they're opposite. And where are you, and how is your weather? We are starting to get some beautiful weather. The past couple of days have been a little gray and wet off and on, but it's not cold, it's warm, and we do need the water. So, but I'll tell you, I am a warm weather girl. I like it warm, especially, I don't know, maybe as the older I get, I like it. I like the sun just going into my bones and warming me up. Now, I think that would be different if I had to work out in the sun, like on the street, like pavers, doing street work, or on a roof, or, then it'd be like, no, I don't like this weather. I save ironing for kind of like last. I just wanted to get those things done. Then it's like, well, since I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and do these and clear out my laundry room. I have a hanging rack over the counter where I put things right out of the dryer. And sometimes the wrinkles just fall out of things if, you leave it up there a little bit. So, but not everything. Some things you have to. Some things you have to iron or press or touch up. I'm hoping this video will be one that is just so boring and so non-eventful that you just are bored to sleep. And that's what I listen to when I need to sleep. Now, you have to be careful if you're going to fall asleep with headphones in. If they don't have a timer where, your phone or whatever, turn it, where it turns off. You don't want to be listening to voices all night long. And I've done that accidentally. Ouch, that's hot. And voices that, where my channel, I wasn't listening to things from a playlist. It just kind of went free, free fall into whatever. And the topic would wake me up, or the voices would wake me up, because they weren't, it got out of ASMR. And I need quiet. I need blah, blah, blah. I don't need sounds. I need voice, quiet, modulated, not up and down and up and down. And someone like, and I've talked about these people 1,000 times. Christina, old school ASMR sounds. Her voice. And I have a playlist of hers that is her older stuff. And I know it kind of sounds negative, but it's not. It's old crime. Old crimes. It's like she'll talk about, but she keeps it where she's not talking about the gory details, just about how the crime got solved. And I don't know. She could be reading the phone book and it would be fine. But it's gentle enough and even enough that I just adore it, and it just knocks me out. So Christina from old school ASMR sounds. And remember, I don't watch videos in bed. I listen to them only. So if somebody's showing something up, that means I have to open my eyes and look. And and that wakes me up. So I like that I can just put her on and tune out. Another one, is Softly Marie ASMR, our Danish girl. And she has a voice that also just, and like I said before, I have sound envy for some reason. And I think because she's got a higher voice, my voice is a little deeper. I have kind of a bassy voice. Not low, but there's like a deeper timbre to it. And so with my sound, I have to, sometimes it's too much. I don't know. I'm critical of it. But her voice, and same with Christina's, they've got these higher voices that I can't imitate it, but they have higher voices, and the way their microphone picks it up, it's just perfect. I have sound envy. So, yeah, I'm learning. I struggle with my sound. It's like, where should the microphone be? All those things. I'm gonna get something. Oh, let's see if I can walk over here. I'll be right back. Yep, here we go. So Marie from Denmark also has one of those lovely, lovely voices. Look at that, isn't that cool? And whether she is teaching you Danish words, or talking about the history of Denmark, or whatever, I just close my eyes and I'm taken away by her lovely, lovely voice and her blah, blah, blah. And as you know, I don't say blah, blah, blah as a negative thing. It's just all the talking we do is blah, blah, blah. It's what I specialize in. Blah, blah, blah. So, when you iron a blouse, like a silk blouse like this, you don't want to, you need one of these things so that you don't press it flat and make a crease. You don't want a crease in a blouse like this, okay? A man's shirt, or even one of my shirts, if this was a shirt I ironed, I don't iron this, but certain shirts you can have that crease, but not on a pretty silk blouse. So Softly Marie ASMR. Let me know if you already are subscribed to these gals, Christina and Marie. And if you aren't, you should be. And if you aren't, go over there, subscribe to them, and say hi from Jeannie, the queen of blah, blah, blah. And I think you will be very happy to be introduced to those two gals. Let's see, who else? Okay, this is an interesting one. It's unintentional ASMR, and it's a lady who has a store not far from New Orleans. And her name is Yvonne Lafleur. That's the name of her store, too. Yvonne Lafleur. And she's a little older now, but she shows you the dresses in her store and why her store is so unique, and the pieces you buy at her store. And I really want to go visit. If you've been there, let me know. I want to go. I guess it would, I don't know how long that drive is, but we're just neighbors to Louisiana, so they aren't cheap clothing. It's not cheap clothing, but those are pieces that stay in your wardrobe like forever. They're really gorgeous pieces that that you can add to and build on season after season. But she has things that are for balls, like Mardi Gras balls, which are very big down in them parts. Debutante balls. I was not a debutante. I didn't know any debutantes. I should have been, right? Given my ancestry being related to Princess Diana and the Spencers, like super distant cousins, like 12 distance. But somewhere along the line, I lost my castles and palaces and my lands and my tiaras and my jewels. That's okay. But I wasn't raised in the kind of, world of debutante stuff and those things. I'm from East Side San Jose, folks. Okay. East Side San Jose. Yep. And I'm proud of it. You know, I'm very proud of it. I was just telling someone last night, I think it was Joni and Mike, that I grew up thinking I lived in a really big, swanky house. Okay, I thought my house was pretty big, and I used to think our hallway going down the bedrooms, I used to think it was as big or as long as a bowling alley. Well, my entire house was 1,000 square feet. That was 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And that was my mom and dad and 3 kids. And I thought it was a big house. And I thought we had every single thing we needed. And we did. I mean, if I needed something, you know, I had it. And for those who know me, if I didn't have the money for something, I stole it. No, just kidding. Just the 2 times. A Gumby and blackjack gum. Okay, that looks nice. No. I didn't steal. Except those times. Okay. Oops. You know, I think when there's love in a house, it's all a kid needs. Not the newest, latest, greatest, this, that, or the other. You know, just love. And happiness and joy. You know, I never remember my parents talking to us about their fears or lack or anything like that. Okay, I'm done with this. This is really neat. See, look, you can do it that way or that way. Our house was full of joy. Lots of joy. And that's what I remember, not what my mom and dad's bank account was. Who else do I listen to? You know who I like as well, I adore her, is Ray Moon as well. She is probably close to my age and very loving and nurturing. She's a great one. There are so many, you know. My friend Maria, Gentle Whispering, Emma from Whispers Red. And like I said, if you're going to listen to something to fall asleep, make sure to create a playlist, a long playlist, so it doesn't switch topics on you, and it's stuff that you like, that you've pre-approved. And, that it turns off. Put your timer on. daughter, the one with the centipede, the poisonous centipede bite, is, her finger. I didn't show you guys pictures. It was awful, and it still looks pretty bad. But for now, they are not going to amputate the finger. She's been doing red light therapy. It's still dead. She can't pick something up, pinch, she can't pick up a quarter off a table. There's a lot of things she can't do. But they don't have to take her finger off. So that's good. We have some guests coming toward the end of the month. We're in April right now, if you're April of 2026, because sometimes these videos go and somebody will comment on something from, a year later. And I'm like, when was that? So this is April of 2026, and we have some friends coming to stay with us from California, some friends in California. And they were one of the couples that went with us to Australia for 3 weeks. So, looking forward to that. They are fun, and we're going to do some fun stuff. Like, we're going to go, I want to take them to Old Town Spring. And you can look that up. It's got shops and cute shops and things like that. Old Town Spring here in Texas. And then we're going to, after that, we're going to go to a Turkish restaurant for dinner. So that'll be fun. So I've been doing little things to get ready for them. And get some meals prepared and snacks prepared so that it's easy. Because I love entertaining and all that, but I want it to be easy. So, okay. I am done. I'm going to go make some lunch and see what Zane is up to. We might work out in the backyard for a little bit. This past winter we had a little bit of a freeze for a few days. It went into freezing temperatures, and we're in South Texas, so we're not used to that. And some of our bougainvilleas did not make it. So we are replacing 3 of them and then adding some new ones as well. So I love bougainvillea. It just looks so pretty. So we're gonna do that. And yeah, that's about it. And then I've got mahjong tomorrow, and gonna learn some more of that. Remember, I am so slow. I am so slow with mahjong. But I'll get there. I figure, and here's what I used to tell the kids. Look around the room. If someone else can do something, so can you. If they can learn it, so can you. You have everything you need to learn. Will it be perfect? No. But you can do it. If others can do it, so can you. Don't forget that. So I'm telling that to myself. If other ladies can do this, I can too. So I'm going to sign off for now. And I will wish you all so much goodness, so much peace, so much quiet in your lives. We need quiet. And send you my love, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.